Hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's me, John, of the Bronies UK YouTube channel. I just thought to make a video because it has been brought to my attention by YouTube themselves. Um, I was every now and again I check in on the channel, even though we've been very distant from uploading stuff. I basically try to keep checking, and if anyone's commented on any videos and things like that, I always try and keep an eye on it. Um, and it came up with your channel, or the Bronies channel, has been, 7 years. It is 7 years since this channel first started. Since, yeah, it's. I just wanted to kind of make a video, and it was actually 7 years yesterday, actually. So it's now 7 years in a day since this channel was made. It's hard to believe it has been that long. It doesn't seem like we've been making doing this channel for as long as that. It is quite scary just how fast time goes. Um, but yeah, 7 years of the Bronies UK YouTube channel. Yeah, it was just like this channel started out as more like an experiment, as well as we, when I say we, myself and my good friend Sam, who was one of the co-hosts on the channel, we wanted to talk about My Little Pony. We wanted to talk about Friendship is Magic. We wanted to talk about we wanted to talk about certain things, but we felt we didn't know where to start or what to do with it, because we wanted to keep it separate from the videos that talking about ponies and everything. Is certain people that we know would be a little bit, they'll probably look down on us and frown at us for probably talking about ponies, and we wanted to try and keep it separate from our other YouTube channels, what we other stuff that we talk about. And myself and Sam just came up with the idea of making a dedicated separate channel completely that we all have access to, and when the moment would arise or come up, we could freely talk about what we wanted to talk about. So that is what we did. We Yeah, so yeah, that is exactly what we did. We just made this channel, came up with, well, at first I struggled with the idea of what should we call the channel, and was like, well, at the time it was during the Bronies boom when we made the channel. The whole Brony fandom was still very much alive, and Friendship is Magic was still being airing, and I think with us being on YouTube, or this channel this channel being up for 7 years, I think we must have been in the final 3 or 4 seasons of Friendship is Magic, around that ballpark. Maybe around about season 7, season 8, around about then, when the channel first went live, give or take. So obviously, Friendship Magic was still very much in people's focus, and it was very much in our focus. We were watching it every single week, whenever a new episode was out, we was watching it, we were talking about it, and so that's when we kind of created the channel. Was just before Friendship Magic finished completely, so we kind of started at more the latter end. The YouTube journey started quite late on in the run of Friendship Magic. And then we've obviously since then we've spoken about Gen 5. We're talking about the G5 movie. We're talking about the series that followed, all the specials, and yeah, the channel's still here. Yes, we don't upload as much as we used to. That's mostly down to life, and there's not much to talk about at the moment. There really isn't that much to really talk about in when it comes to MLP. There's kind of rumors and discussion about what G6, if there's going to be a Generation 6 of MLP. There's a bit of rumor going around about what the future may bring, but yet there's nothing concrete. There's nothing really interesting, exciting for us to really make a video for, or to even do a discussion, do a live stream. So at the moment, it's a little bit kind of unknown, not really, not really sure of what to do in the realms of making stuff for the channel. So unfortunately, it has kind of been a mixture of those two things. Life has gotten in the way with work and just nothing to really talk about. Um, yeah. But of course, I have to mention Lawrence, our good friend Lawrence, who is the third member of the Bronies UK channel. Uh, he came in. He came on board after me and Sam found out he also was a fan of the series, and we've known him for quite a long time. He's a mutual friend of me and Sam. He goes to another convention called TF Nation, which is a Transformers convention which is where we first met in person, all three of us. And well, I've known Sam the longest. I've known Sam since school, but it was the first time me and Sam first met Lawrence in person was at this convention back in like 2016, I believe. So we've kind of been our friendship has continued since then, 2016, I believe, and so yeah, we found out Lawrence was also a big fan of a lot of the different stuff we grew up with when we were kids, such as Power Rangers and Digimon and Pokemon and video games and a lot of the stuff that was on Cartoon Network at the time, and not so much ponies because obviously I never watched anything MLP back when I was a kid. Anything like that I stayed away from. And obviously, what's interesting is that Lawrence first got into it through the movie, the French's Magic film. He went to see the film, or saw the film probably when it came out on DVD or was on Netflix or whatever. But he saw the film and he liked it, and that's where he started watching the series. So that was his entry into Frenchman's Magic or MLP. And with me, it was completely, as I've mentioned a few times on this channel, out me, it was just curiosity more than anything. And I've heard that word curiosity a lot from a lot of the big people, a lot of the people that are a part of the fan base. A lot of people have said that, some people have literally grown up with it from being a kid. They've watched MLP back when it was Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and Gen 4. Some people have literally just followed it since MLP became a thing. But in our case, me and Sam and also Lawrence, we caught on quite late. Sam, I never even, at first, I didn't even know Sam even watched it, and I was watching it secretly. Nobody knew. And Sam noticed when I was looking through the channels, Sam noticed that there was something about Frenchman's Magic, and he went, "Do you watch MLP?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be watching it as well." And we both found out we had a mutual interest in it, and it was like a really profound, weird moment. So yeah, and obviously that was back in like season 2 to season 3 when I started watching the series Frenchman's Magic, and I followed it. Caught up all the first 3 seasons, found out I really enjoyed it, followed it on, watched everything that came out from season 3 onwards, watched it all through to season 9. Went to see the film at cinema. I think we saw the film at cinema twice, and absolutely loved everything. Well, there was a couple of things here and there that I wasn't too sure on, but at the same time, we massively did enjoy that series, that show, and yeah, and that's why this channel became a thing. coming back to the channel, this is why the channel became a thing. It was a safe place away from, narrow-minded individuals that seem to think liking grown men, for instance, liking a cartoon series that's about pastel ponies. And there is a little bit of that, even though it might be seen as a little bit of a joke or a dig. Nothing really to it, but it's really annoying. And we just didn't feel we just, me and Sam, and also maybe Lawrence, I don't know, but I can only speak for me and Sam because we have this similar kind of mindset at the time, that we wanted to talk about MLP, but we just didn't know where to go about how to go about it. So we just mutually decided to make a completely separate YouTube channel, separate to what other channels we have, or the videos we've made on YouTube, on separate to this. Whatever we've done in the past or continue to do, we just thought to just go completely clean slate, different YouTube channel, and just go for it and express ourselves as much as we possibly can. And that is basically the whole idea of it and the whole concept of the channel. And since that, as I've mentioned, we've covered quite a bit of stuff when it comes to G4, when it comes to G5, the two films that have come out in recent years, or the specials. Sam's gone down his fan fiction route and talking about different things that he's interested in on his side of things when it comes to the fandom. We've spoken about the Equestria Girl stuff as well. So I'm a big fan of the Equestria Girl side as well as MLP, G4, Adventures Magic, the series. I like both sides of it. So I've spoken about stuff about that as well. It was just this channel is just a safe place for all three of us, if we so wished, to just make something and talk about it in an environment or on a channel that is dedicated to just mostly just that. Even though I have tried to branch the channel out in other mediums, talking about animation, different animated series, to try and give something back to the channel. Like I've spoken a bit of, I think I've spoken about maybe one or two different series actually on the channel, which I would like to try and continue in the future. Yes, this is mostly about MLP, but we are all three of us are big fans of animation in general, regardless of MLP. And I think I would like to maybe continue that as a side project, a side different playlist of videos talking about other stuff. And then once we start getting proper concrete information about whatever is going to happen after G5, then we can resume where we left off and continue following the road or journey of whatever is to come in the future for MLP. So that is what we would like to do, and we would like to continue the channel going forward. Also, there is going to be some conventions coming up as well. I know my good buds Sam and Lawrence are going to an MLP convention. I believe it is in Manchester, I think it's Griffin Isles. I think it's called Griffin Isles, I believe. So Sam and Lawrence are going to that this year. I sadly won't be going because I've got a lot on this year. However, we would hopefully, if we find out what's going on with PonyCon, I would like to do PonyCon later in the year. So that is potentially going to be a thing some point this year as well, doing PonyCon again, most likely. But obviously there's been no information about or any details for UK PonyCon yet. So yeah, we're just going to keep our eyes peeled. But if UK PonyCon does happen, and if they get any guests again, then I think that might be on the cards for all me, Sam and Lawrence to go along to later in the year. But in the meantime, I know Sam and Lawrence are going to, I think it's called Griffin Isles, I do apologise if I got the name wrong, but anyway, so I know Sam and Lawrence are going to that, so there's that for you guys to look forward to. No doubt they're going to probably do a little bit of footage and upload it to the channel if they wish to, so you can see what it's like. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Just thought to have a little chin wag with you guys. Thank you very, very much for this over the past 7 years. Thank you to everyone that has followed us, commented, subscribed to us, and for the kind words and encouragement we've been shown over these years. Thank you very much for the support. It really means a lot to myself, and I know it means a lot to Sam and Lawrence as well. But thank you so much for the support, and we will try our damnedest to just keep this channel going. I would like to do another live stream very soon as well. Get both Lawrence and Sam together, and we can maybe talk about 7 years of YouTube for Bronies UK and whatever else. But I would like to get the live streams back up and revving, and hopefully we will find some information out maybe this year at some point or next year, and we can really start the ball rolling again with whatever is in store for MLP in the future. But thank you, take care of yourselves. Thank you again for the support throughout these 7 years. Take care, bye bye.